What's up, guys? I'm totally exhausted. I got 2 hours of sleep. Got my WRX right here. It's driving freaking fantastic today. So what I'm basically doing is just looking at some cars at Ford. Mullinex Ford here. Seeing if they got any decent here. Ooh, here's a Ford ST. I don't know if this is a Fiesta or a Focus. Let's see. It is a Focus ST. Let me check this. Let me check the price. Let's see. As is, dealer no warranty, but it should still have its regular. It's a 2016, so it should still have warranty. 7-year. Okay, 7-year powertrain warranty. Or a 12-month, 12,000 comprehensive limited coverage. Not sure what any of that means. 20,000 bucks. So that is oh, because it's a Ford certified pre-owned. I'm surprised they're that much, honestly. My car was just a little more than that, and mine's better. Fiesta, new. I think these are all new though, to be honest. Although there was, let's see, 24,000 here for this Mustang, 22,000. Yeah, these are EcoBoost Mustangs. There's no reason to go over here. These are just, I mean, honestly, the Focus ST looks much more impressive in person. It's got very nice rims. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Better tires than mine. I think it's Michelin's. Let's see. No, it is not. It is Nankang. I retract that statement. It's got some dings here, guys, and this is a certified. Scrapes. I mean, man, my car is in much better shape. Let's take a look over here. A major source of Ford imports, Germany. 50% of the car is somehow is either designed or manufactured in Germany. Now these tires here are Michelin's. We got the Super Sports. That's also nice. Now the RS, I admit, is a whole nother beast. And but it's got the Brembos. There's just no way this. I'm looking for something older, but fast. I'm sure some of these are used up here. Got a used 435. There we go. X-Drive. Don't care about the X-Drive too much. But it is 23 and it's too much. $15,000 for some I don't even know what that is. A Ford C-Max. I don't even know what that is actually. Okay, here we go. A Mustang, 13,000, 40,000 miles. This ain't bad. It is the V6 Mustang, but I believe that the V6 Mustang does have 300 horsepower back then, so it is a convertible. It has Goodyear assurance on them, which is not good enough. I don't see anything interesting. I'll have to ask them. I just wanted to test drive one car while I was here. Hyundai Sonata, no. Corolla S. No. This is not looking good. So I went to Napleton's and they said that they have a $17,000 Genesis coupe, but it was the 3.8, which I don't care about the 3.8. So not sure what that is. I should have really done more research on my way here, but I just decided, you know what, I'm out. There's a Porsche box drum looking at. and I have to ask them that if the IMS has been you know, fixed or dealt with in the past. Just looking around this lot is impossible, because I just don't know what they have. It was different when I came here before I had my WRX, because I could basically just pick anything I wanted. They even had a 302 Boss Mustang I could have bought for $25, but by now I would have had to get rid of it anyway, and the insurance on it would have probably been absolutely crazy. But we'll see. Be right back. Alright guys, so I'm inside Ford right now. He said there's a Mercedes in the back I might be interested in. Low miles, only like 50,000 miles. I have no idea what model is. I'm hoping it's at least a 430 or a 500, because I've seen SL-500s go for pretty low, right at the price point I want. It just depends on how they drive. So you have to drive these cars. They're all used. It can't have any major problems, because even though I only put like 4,000 miles.
This might be it.
Yeah, what is it?
SL-500. Very nice condition.
Alright, SL-500 guys. This is just for my YouTube channel, so. Leather looks pretty good. Actually, interior looks pretty good, actually.
We haven't done any conditioning yet.
Yeah, and exactly, and it still looks pretty good. You know, a lot of times with these cars, the interior gets beat. And this is the hardtop convertible.
Yeah.
SL-500. I'm sneaking in these woods here. SL-500, guys. This used to drive like a dream back then. We got the Michelin Sport AS Plus. I've always seen those. Now the tires, on the other hand, what do you guys do about tires? Because these look a little cracked.
Yeah, no, if we have to replace them, we replace them.
All right.
We have to safety inspect them. We have to make sure it passes all the inspections.
Yeah.
And then if it's worth us putting the extra money into it and still selling it at a decent price, and we'll sell it. If not, we go to auction.
Sounds pretty nice. Not a very loud exhaust. I barely hear anything. Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's a fairly quiet exhaust but loud engine. So guys, I test drove the Ford Focus ST, and whereas I like the handling and stuff, man, underwhelmed in power. Even though it says 250, you know, mine says 260 something from stock. But they don't feel anywhere close to as fast. I don't know what it is. I was trying to really, you know, give it some gas, and it's just something about it was just underwhelming. Now the handling was great. I liked everything about it except for the power. It just felt like something was missing. The gearing ratio is different to the WRX. Like the first to second is a lot different, and then the third is. What up, guys? So I'm at Ford right now. They're seeing if the leasing issue is still possible here, because my car's value is worth more than a Ford Focus ST new. That's what's going on right now, and I wasn't crazy about it, to be honest. But you know, I really wasn't crazy about it. But it wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. And it would be brand new. So is my 2015 though blows it out of the water, even all-wheel drive. So I didn't feel any torque. Like it's a front-wheel drive car, but it felt like a normal. It almost felt like all-wheel drive. It just wasn't. But the power delivery is just not the same as mine. I didn't feel that turbo kick in. I don't know why. I think there would have to be mods done to it, depending on what my lease payments would be. This is all new territory. They had an SL-500 that drove better. Like, this thing was a beast. So got a nice Ford Focus RS here. You can see that. So basically right now is what's going to happen is they're going to give me an appraisal on my car to see if this even is even a backup solution, because I'm not really satisfied with a brand new Focus ST, to be honest with you guys. After driving mine, man, I feel like I just got to go faster and older. But this is but once again, it's a lease, and it would be very cheap to lease this if this works. I actually have, somebody told me my credit score it doesn't exist. That's how bad it is. It does not even exist. I swear I did something online and it said Equifax gave me one of 517, which really isn't really the worst. I mean, I used to have, they said they've done people with credit scores from anywhere from 370 to 450, because it's only a $20,000 car. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Now, I wasn't fully satisfied with the ST because it just, I don't know, man, the boost, it just feels weak for being a 250 horsepower car base, and my car is only a 268 horsepower base. But you put down to the wheels in an all-wheel drive car, you would think that you're going to lose a lot more power, and it just, mine feels faster. So we'll see. This guy's gonna take a look at my car. So yeah, they're looking now. So they're just, it is what it is. This is this might be the absolute last resort if I don't find a good used car that I like. They had an SL-500 here. I was all about it. It had torque, instant torque. The power was there. I think, but I think they want too much for it. But there was another SL-500 somewhere else. He's actually driving my car. Holy shit. Alright guys, so I'm finally taking off from Ford. I wasn't really here that long. I got to test drive the Ford Focus ST, like I said. And is it as fun as a WRX, guys? I hate to tell you that it's not. Any fanboys out there, don't fool yourself. Go drive a WRX, and honestly, I'm just gonna say there's no competition. The only thing I liked better was the clutch. Not the actual gearing. The gearing is very strange, but the clutch head is 100% dead. It goes just from fully out to fully to the ground with no resistance. So it's so cool to not have to have any pressure. It's just here, down, and then back up. And you can still feather it if you want, but it feathers so easily. It's just, guys, the gears, it just doesn't feel like it has any, it really, honestly, it feels like it has no power. I don't even know how to put it. I get in my car, and I'm gonna start my car. I think I have Bluetooth turned off, so it should be okay. I'm roasting here. Now my car has a little bit of tightness to it, but the travel is less, so there's definitely a little bit more. Good Lord. It's just like it didn't feel like it wanted to hit boost. I hope the air is not getting in the way of my conversation with you guys here. And this salesman was one of the coolest ones I'd ever met. He said, he's like, I don't want to get you into a Ford ST if you're not satisfied with it. Which, I mean, who says that? His business is to sell cars. And he didn't really care if the Ford, he says, if I want a Ford Focus ST, this will work. He's like, I believe that this will work because your car is worth more than the Ford Focus ST. It's plain and simple. And then there's the Ford Fiesta ST, which is even cheaper. And I believe that if you mod the Fiesta ST, you could probably get it faster than the Ford ST with no mods. So there's that. I think you need mods on the ST. The Ford Focus ST needs mods. It needs a downpipe. It needs a catless downpipe. Keep the mufflers. Needs you know, I don't know if it needs an intake or not, but it needs something. It needs something else. You know, I'm not familiar with Ford's you know, performance installations like WRX is. Like, you know, WRX, you can mod them to hell. Just anything you want to do to them, you can. Charge pipe, this and that, and this and that. The Ford ST, however, I'm just not sure. All I know is after driving other cars, all I want to do is get back on my WRX. It's crazy. Now, I did drive the SL-500. It's a 2003 Mercedes-Benz, and it drove pretty well. A little bit of, you know, a little bit of rattles here and there, but to be honest with you guys, other than the dragging, something dragged on the ground, and one of the fenders has, I don't know if it was ever in an accident or whatever, but one of the tires was the wrong size. It made no sense. They'd have to fix that. They'd have to. The car needs all new tires for one thing. So I don't think that they're gonna get anywhere near what they want for it. But I'm still in the looking phase. Worst comes to worst, guys. I trade this car and I get a Ford Focus ST. That's the worst case scenario. And my payments would be low. Like, I'm talking like $350 a month. Maybe I put down $5,000-6,000. At worst $7,000. My payments would be so low it wouldn't matter. It would really help me out. It would really extend my life compared to where I am right now. So, and he just, Nick, that's his name. He just subscribed to my channel right now, and thank you, Nick. You've been great. I'm gonna edit this together sometime later tonight. I gotta get to sleep. I got 2 hours of sleep, and my cat woke me up. So, the Ford Focus ST, it drove nice. It handled nice. It handled better than I would expect, being a front-wheel drive. It didn't feel front-wheel drive. It didn't seem to be giving off that. It didn't give off torque steer. I didn't feel it. I tried to get down. Maybe if it was wet, that would be different. But it just seemed fine. Steering was cool. The interior is a little nicer than mine, I will admit. You can get a bigger screen with the ST. I don't think the one I drove had a bigger screen, but it is what it is. Alright guys, so I'm recording my ride home just to give you a better example of how, ooh, there's nice rolls, how different the Ford ST is versus a WRX. And I know that there's Ford Focus ST lovers out there. And I'm telling you guys, you made the wrong decision if you were going to get a WRX. Now, it's cheaper than a WRX, give it that, but there is something about the WRX that is just, it's a different level. It's a different level, and I didn't think it would be. It's strictly the engine. It's strictly the handling felt fine. I mean, it's not all-wheel drive. That's okay. But I also expected it to feel faster than it did because it's only front-wheel drive, so it doesn't have all-wheel drive, doesn't have the extra weight. The steering felt precise. My tires are very high-performance tires and are quiet, so I don't even know what brand tires I was looking at or what they have, but thought I was supposed to go here, but I guess not. Take it back out of gear. Alright, but it rode, you know, stiff enough. Went around a couple corners, there we go. Went around a couple of corners, but it just, let's see, take off in my car, right? I mean, it just, I'm going, guys. It's not even close. It's not even close. That car felt slow to this car, and that's what I didn't expect. Like, I don't know, I don't understand how. I mean, I wish there was a Ford ST and me and him can race. I really do. It's just, and it was a manual. I wanted a manual, but after driving that Ford ST, I don't know how much fun I could have in it. Look at that. It doesn't have that kick. And I'm barely getting on this car. Watch, I'll let it die down a little bit. I'll let it die. I'm literally throwing back my seat a little bit. I'm throwing back my seat. And the only reason I'm not throwing back more in my seat is because I'm in second. It's in first, you get tossed coughs like a rag doll, and I'm so hungry. Oh my god, my mouth is parched. Well, my max horsepower is at 53, so if I get up to 53 and give it some gas, the guy just cut right in front of me. So okay, I'm in second, so this is the difference. In that car, it would want me to go to third, but I'm like, I can hang out in second all I want. I can hang out in second. I just can hang out in second if I really want to waste gas. But the car tells you to shift to third, which is fine. It's still got a nice digital readout for the speedometer. It's just, my car's 3 years old, guys. You'd think that a brand new car would feel better. Car just wants to move. That's the biggest difference. The Ford Fiesta just didn't feel like it just didn't want to go. That's the biggest difference. It didn't feel like it wanted to move. I don't understand why. Maybe they only had 87 octane. I'd have to ask that guy. I'll probably write him and ask him that. I changed my COB readouts. I have an AirSense. What is it? AirSense 1 current. Boost, fine knock learn is at 0. Feedback knock, I heard this is very normal, is negative 1.41. That's completely fine. That's it. I think that is, it pulls timing, but that's pulling a very little amount of timing. Air fuel learning 1, and that's what it learns over time, I believe. Negative 9.3 right now. Negative 10.94, and actually a 0.78 on the positive side, so not much. Damn is always at 1. I heard you do not want to hit 0. All right, guys. Man, there's a Boxster S I'm looking at. There's a BMW 335 I'm looking at. I don't care if the car is old. I mean, unless it has major mechanical problems. Then I'm just not going to do it. It's that simple, because I'm trading in a car that's brand new and it's fast. Honestly, a guy would be lucky to drive this car. He'd be lucky. Anyway, guys, I had a cool day today. I only got 2 hours of sleep, and I'm going back to sleep when I get home, or I'm going to try to sleep. Just maybe get a nap in. I can't last a whole day, another whole day on 2 hours of sleep. So, peace out.